We our presenter today is Alan Paul. Alan Paul is our District 91 Public Relations Manager. He's going to talk all about using AI in for Toastmasters and things. And with that, I will turn it over to Alan. And take it away, Alan. Virgil stage is yours.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Andrew. Right. Now, imagine if you had a personal assistant who can create stunning posters for your next contest, or draft witty social media posts to attract new members, and even help you brainstorm ideas for your next big speech without ever asking for coffee. Now, sounds futuristic, right? Well, with AI, the future is here and it's ready to revolutionize how we market and grow our Toastmasters Club. Now, if my friends were to hear me speak like this, they would think, hey, what happened to Alan? Why is he speaking like this? Well, as you can imagine, I just said that whole introduction from ChatGPT. And I believe all of you here at right now at this point can recognize when someone is speaking with ChatGPT because they all have that. Most of the scripts from ChatGPT sound almost similar to each other. So in this session, I'm not just going to be talking about ChatGPT and the other AI tools that we can use to make our lives better, but it's also how to personalize it using the right prompts to make it stand out, right? Now, I believe most of you here, I was just having a conversation with Richard and some others who were speaking about how AI had transformed their lives. So before we get into it, can I ask a question to everyone? You can put it out there on the chat. What are the different tools you use for AI that helps you? Put it out on the chat so that I can also see how the audience is. ChatGPT. Okay. Copilot, Gemini. And what if, I mean, which are the AI tools you have heard of for marketing and design? Just for marketing and design, what do you use? Is there anything that you use specifically? Pilot. I didn't know. Yeah. Okay. Dolly. Okay, that's nice. That's also there in ChatGPT. All right, fantastic. So looks like most of you are ChatGPT. So I knew that that was the most popular one, and I'll be giving you a lot of examples from ChatGPT itself. Many of you have used ChatGPT. I'm just going to be mentioning what are some of the things that I used it on. And this is the third time that I'm giving this workshop. And every time I give this workshop, there is something or the other in AI that just gets developed, which it just keeps getting better every time, isn't it? I remember the first time I used it. I'm the president of a community organization, and I remember we needed to update our constitution, and it is a bit hard to get a lawyer every time or someone who is well versed in creating a constitution. But I remember when I used ChatGPT to draft the Constitution, I was just mind blown. I was like, okay, this is the Constitution. Can you please amend this law? And what is the motion that we need to pass? Uh, and it gave me a very detailed instruction on how to do and what exactly can be updated, which clause, which paragraph. And it's not just that. Sometimes on WhatsApp, there may be some conflict. What I usually do is I just copy paste. I just copy all those, that entire conversation. And if I put it on Chat GPT, it gives me a resolution, which is crazy how it can do that. Uh, Other than that, I did my blood report checks. I got it in a PDF format. So what I did is I just uploaded it on Chat GPT again. And I was mind blown that it was able to give me a diagnosis of my blood and what I'm suffering from just by looking at the blood results. And it also prescribed me a diet based on whatever I was asking. And it was quite hard for me to you know, comprehend this. I had to check with several doctors to make sure that the diagnosis is as it is. And it was true. It's amazing how far we have come, how far AI has come. In my previous role, I was not just PRM of District 91, I was also PRM of District 20. I remember I had a team of 15 members in my team, managing social media, one for writing, one for design, awards, and all these things. So we had 15 of us. But right now in District 91, we have three, and they are doing a lot. But because of the AI revolution period that we are in, so many things make our lives so much easier. I mean, I would love a team of 15 members, no doubt. But again, if you can get what you want with the power of AI, doesn't that really help? So, ChatGPT and other AI tools are here, and it is not just a product. It is a service. You can see that in almost all the products. On your phones, there's Gemini, there's Apple Intelligence, there's, I don't know what Samsung uses, Samsung Bixby. I'm not sure. But all these AI products, it's not just as one product, it's a service out there in all the products, even on Canva. And what's really important is it's AI is not really replacing people. It's very important for us to know how it can help us do our job better. So before I go with more examples of how it made my life easier, would anyone like to share a story of how you used AI to create a PR task or do something like that of some sort? Is there anyone who would like to raise your hands and uh, say something about that? Or have any of you done it before?
Well, Rick here.
Okay, yeah, Rick, yes.
So yesterday, or the day before, Anna, correct me, Anna for her Rotary Club told me about a fundraiser they're doing where they're going to take over a local radio station for a day,
Hmm,
and they were selling three 30-second radio ads
hmm,
for $100. And I just uploaded the link to my website. And of course, my ChatGPT knows my business pretty well because I've been using it for my business and it remembers everything you ever asked it. And
hmm,
I just simply said, I need a 30-second radio ad that encompasses what I do,
hmm,
and it spit it right out. And now I made a couple of edits, two or three edits,
hmm,
where I said, okay, I'd like you to include this, leave that out, whatever it is.
hmm,
But in, I don't know, probably the complete time spent on it was like 5 or 6 minutes. I was able to send Anna a radio ad that sounds very professional, which normally you'd probably have somebody from the radio station you'd be paying to put
hmm.
together your radio ad and have to take a whole lot of time explaining to them what your business is and what you wanted to say and not say. And this was all done in literally minutes. So
Fantastic.
that's my 2 cents.
That's that's a great example, Rick. I remember whenever we had to do something like that, I used to ask my team, okay, let's have a meeting. We used to spend at least an hour or two brainstorming through different ideas to make a script or some campaign of some sort, right? Dawn, I can see your hand also raised. I think you also have a story to share. Yes, please.
I use it for practically everything. So I'm a hypnotherapist. I use it to help me create my scripts.
Mm,
When I create an MP3, I use it for my social media. I've just created a course which I need to put together now, but I've created the course. So I've put the ideas in. So I've literally taught it I'm teaching it all about me, how I
mm,
work, what I work, the people where I've been trained. Yeah, I use it for so many things and it just
mm,
cuts out yeah, actually, I asked it to help me write a speech
mm.
for Toastmasters.
I hope you didn't say the speech as it is.
No, 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 no. You have to read it. And I play
Mm,
between. I've looked at Claude but I just find it too long to get into Claude.
Mm.
Gemini Advanced, and ChatGPT. And for me, ChatGPT actually works best. Also, Copy AI. I did pay for Copy AI right in the beginning before Chat.
Mm. Have you used it for marketing your club or PR?
I haven't.
Not yet. Okay.
I don't know if maybe the president might have done, or
All right. I'll show you. I'll show a few examples of that. Thank you. Thank you for that, Don. Andrew, you have also raised your hand. Yes.
Yep. Very quickly, what Don was saying about writing a speech for her club. I also wrote a speech for my club, but my speech was uh, written by ChatGPT on the dangers of using ChatGPT to write your speech, and which I thought was ironic and hilarious, and it only came about because I only had been voluntold to do a speech in 2 days. So, but anyway, the scary part was that no one in my club did they realize it was not my voice. It was not what I would say. It was just it was so accurate that they no one said, "Hey, that's not the kind of thing you would say." So it has its pitfalls.
Yeah, that's true. Adding on to that, Andrew, I remember one of the candidates in the district said his entire speech using ChatGPT, and people were very quick to figure that out. So some people may not actually say it, even though they know that okay, this kind of looks artificial. But yeah, eventually he didn't win. And when he asked his mentor why, he was telling like people figure out if you're using something on ChatGPT or something AI related because people know you, people know how you speak. And when you suddenly change your tone to something artificial that is generated by AI, people tend to immediately get to know that. So there's a balance that we need to strike. They you always need to you can use it to make your life better, but don't completely depend on it. That would be my thought. But again, kind of deviating from the topic, I would like to use this. I would like to talk more about how we can use AI for public relations and marketing, especially for our clubs. So going on to some of the examples, I'm going to share my screen right now. Now, this is one example if most of you haven't used ChatGPT for promoting your club or your Toastmasters organization. This is an example. Now, I'm saying that I'm the VPPR of Cardiff Toastmasters Club. How can I promote my Toastmasters meeting on 2nd April? It gives me various ideas, social media, event promotion, WhatsApp it, email it to people with the text. Excited for our next meeting? Mark your calendars. Design flyers, engage guests, club website, and so on. Now, what really fascinated me is the flyers and posters over here. So I was like, okay, I don't want to design on Canva. Can you generate one for me? So please design a flyer for me. I was so surprised to see this because I remember 2 weeks back, ChatGPT, I mean, they were not, the text that usually comes up on AI is not so accurate. But now it's got better. Now it's able to identify text and also write properly. And I was like, okay, this is nice. Can you make it Toastmasters branded? And it had the colors, the text, everything was Toastmasters branded. I like that. But I was like, okay, how about I give a reference? I copied an image. I copied a design that I found online. Okay, this looks like a nice poster. Can you make it similar to this poster? And look at that. It generated the same design for me. But again, it's not so friendly, not so accurate. I was like, okay, and it's not even branded. I said, okay, can you make it Toastmasters branded? It added the Toastmasters colors as well. So this is quite nice. I am quite impressed with how far it has come. Still not completely branded, but I was just playing around with it just to see it. I'm still not going to use this poster, but eventually it is getting there. It couldn't even spell Toastmasters correctly yet, but it's getting there. You give any enhancements to it, you give any prompts to it, it can modify it accordingly. But I would still not use ChatGPT for designing yet. I would still use Canva. And I was like, okay, I am posting this on social media. What can I write along with it? So this is the standard text that you see generated by AI in almost all the posters that I see on social media. Whenever I see a poster like this, I'll be like, ah, this is written by AI. I don't know if I'm going to read it, but it makes your life easier. It does give what it says, but we want it to stand out, right? So I wouldn't take the first thing that ChatGPT comes up with. I would kind of modify it a bit more. I was like, okay, what would a Toastmaster do? We love sharing stories to captivate the audience, right? Okay, so share a story to captivate the audience, to help make them come to a Toastmasters meeting. So look at what it generated. 2 years ago, I could barely speak in front of a small group without my hands shaking. The thought of presenting an idea at work made my heart race. But everything changed when I walked into my first Toastmasters meeting. I was welcomed by a group of people just like me, wanted to become better communicators. I watched others share their stories, make mistakes, and so on and so forth. I was so impressed. I was like, wow, that feels very personal. I mean, I would still not take this line, but I would start from here, which people would tend to read. It kind of makes it personal. Uh, I also said, okay, this talks about public speaking fear. Give me two others based on something not about public speaking, but other benefits of Toastmasters. It talks about leader. It would shape me into a leader, taking roles, evaluator, building lasting friendships. It gave me another prompt for it, which was so impressive. I was quite impressed with how it was able to generate testimonials and personalize it. But I was like, okay, this is good from a member's perspective, but I wanted on Club Social. What can I write there? And what it did was it was telling you can put social media stories. If you're used Instagram, you know there are stories where you can, in slide one, you can say, looking for a place to practice your communication skills. Our next meeting is at Cardiff. Why join us? And ready to grow. See you there. That's a nice story. Even they give various different examples of how you can create different slides to get people to come for your event. And these are things that we usually take a lot of time. I have a PR team in my club, and we usually brainstorm these things on what exactly we can do for creating different slides to go along with the poster. But I was like, okay, I don't want stories. I want a write-up to go along with the poster and with a story. And this is what it came up with. Imagine standing up in front of a group of people with a. So it gave me a story and it personalized it, which makes it a bit more attractive. So with ChatGPT, you always try to ask different questions and see what you can do. You need not copy the text as it is. Add your flair to it as well to make it as personalized as possible, right? So this is an example of how I use ChatGPT for various different social media posts and some of the designs as well. I like to quickly show you Canva with the paid version of Canva. Right. So this was one of the posters that I had designed by our past district director, Diane. Diane is not here. Credits to her. She did this on Photoshop. But what I was thinking was, what are the different AI tools that Canva has? You can see it has a Magic Studio here. You might have seen this in your Pixels, your Samsungs, and your iPhones. I'm not sure. A Magic Edit. Does Apple have Magic Edit? I'm not sure. You can tell it. Yes, Richard, that's true. All right. So look at that. I just said magic edit. This is the original, and it just completed the rest of the thing for me. I wouldn't use it so. Oh, that's creepy. All right. Okay. Uh, and okay, that's magic edit to complete the rest of the story, to fill in the missing gaps. There's also removing the background. Removing the background, we used to do it even before ChatGPT used to come. Let's try something else different. How about magic edit? What would you like me to keep here? Anything on the chat? Hat? What if I click hat? Halo. I can try Halo. Let's see how good it is. I clicked hat right now. Oh, see that? It looks so realistic, right? Right. So now we have one with a cap. So different AI tools which we can try out for various different pictures to make it interesting. Sometimes what used to happen is whenever I'm making a poster, I used to get a photo with only like their shoulders not present, and I used to go at back and forth with the speaker saying that, hey, can I have a picture of you with the shoulders present? But nowadays I don't even do that because I have magic edit. It'll just fill in the picture for me with the shoulders. So again, different AI things. You can see the different, there's grab text, magic expand, magic edit. A lot of different tools are there for us to try out. You can enhance your image, colorize it. I used old pictures to colorize it. And some of these you can even do on ChatGPT. I think the one that is trending right now on social is the Ghibli Studio. You might have seen some pictures of Ghibli Studio of how they are uh, converting images into various different uh, cartoon images. Like, say, for example, this is what I did. uh, this is my family photo. This is my wife and kids. It converted that to this image. And I was like, my wife was like, this doesn't look like us. This is kind of crazy, but kind of fun to play around with it and see different things. And yeah, so that's a small example of how how we can use ChatGPT to create some socials or create some posters. Now, here's another question that I have for you. What's one PR task you wish could be automated? You can put it on chat, please. Is there any PR task that you wish could be automated? Anyone? Or if it's too much to type, you can raise your hands and or just speak. Delegating. A bit more context on that, Adrian? No. Schedule social media posts and post meetings on Facebook. Now, with the Canva, we can actually schedule the post, but that is a paid version. And the thing that District 91 uses is Poster Plan, where we schedule posts to post automatically on Instagram, Facebook, uh, LinkedIn. So there are various tools out there, but it is not free at the moment. So Poster Plan is one software which you can use. You can Google that. So those things are there. People, you can use such tools, but it is not exactly AI related. But yeah, that is also available. Right. So that's that. Anything else?
Hey, Paul, can you give us an example on Facebook how you can do that posting, schedule a posting on Facebook?
Schedule. Let me see if I can show you poster plan. Let me see that. This is poster plan. Let social media work for you. It will automatically post on different, but again, this is a paid version that you can try. I'll put it on chat so that you can see, you can go around and try it out for yourself. You would have to connect with your different social media and schedule it, and only then it works. You can do it for various different things. It makes our lives very easy. Otherwise, we have to manually upload it on different social medias. And in this day and age, apart from Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, people even use more than that. They use TikTok, they use Twitter. But we in District 91, we are just keeping it to 3 socials for now. Maybe we would expand in the future, but poster plan would help up to 5 social media accounts. So this is poster plan, right? Okay, so because we are running a bit out of time, what I would like to do right now is a group activity. I see 27 people. Andrew, if you could divide people into 4 or 5. 5 is better so that it evens it out. 5 people in each breakout room. That would be best. And this is what I would like you all to do as a discussion. Every one of you will be in a group. And what I would like you to do is a small activity. I'm going to give an example of a club. This one specific club is struggling to attract young members. So you can use ChatGPT, some of the examples that I showed you, or any other AI tool that you can. Show how AI can create targeted social media posts or engaging visuals to appeal to that demographic, that is to attract young members. What can you do over there, right? Is this question clear? It's clear, right? Do you have any doubts before we distribute you into breakout rooms? Right. Andrew, are the breakout rooms ready? Right. So the breakout rooms are open. You can join the different breakout rooms. If you do have any questions, please give us a shout. I'll also drop into different breakout rooms to see how you guys are doing. CC, are you able to see the breakout room? Mazarul? Hi.
CC, you look froze.
David?
I think CC's froze.
Yeah, CC.
She hasn't blinked. Hasn't
Yeah.
blinked in a very long time.
David, okay. How is it going so far? All right, fantastic. So now that you are all back, room 1, can I have your representative, please?
We didn't choose a representative, but I'll speak anyway.
All right, that's leadership right there.
So I actually had chat up right this minute. So we put the information into it and we got a lot back. But I asked it, let me put it back up and I'll tell you what I asked. So we asked for, as a Toastmasters club in Milton Keynes, which is a lunchtime club, we are looking to attract a younger audience of 18 to 30. Please create a marketing plan and the best media platforms to engage with this potential audience. And it gave us a whole plan. We then asked, so it gave us a monthly plan of awareness campaign, engagement drive, testimonial week, events, promotion, content ideas, and so on and so forth. But then it also came back with best media platform. So we asked it if TikTok, as we're not used to using it, can it give us ideas and a plan of how to use TikTok? To summarize.
Okay, all right. So are you going to be using TikTok?
I think we're going to have to put ourselves out of our comfort zone, and I'm supposed to be doing that anyway, and so I will actually, it would just be put myself out of my comfort zone.
Okay, fantastic, Dawn. Thank you for summarizing what's happened in room 1. All right. So room 2, shall we proceed to room 2? Who here is representing room 2? Anyone? Nobody for, yes, Julio.
Sorry,
Julio.
I think the problem here is that people may don't know what room they were in. At least
I see.
I don't know what room I was in, which number, I don't know it.
Okay, no problem. Julio, which room were you in?
I
mean, you can summarize your rooms.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Yes.
let me actually share my screen because I was the one who was typing.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a second. Yeah, there we are. Right. So we decided to try a 2-tier approach, so to speak. We wanted to first of all identify what the benefits are when it comes to young people. We wanted to get some ideas out of a ChatGPT and what exactly are the benefits, especially when we're referring to young people. So that was the first part of our prompt. And the second one was a bit more connected with the logistics per se, which is to come up with ideas and how I can reach out to young members in my local area. I'm based in Milton Keynes, which is 50 miles away from London, more or less. So that's where I am. And we were quite surprised with how comprehensive the response was. I mean, he came up with this report, very well written, with lots of details and what is important for young people and young members to work on those skills. It did raise very valid points which initially we hadn't detected. For example, something I've realized as well in my journey in Toastmasters, that sometimes it's not so much the skill development, which is great, but actually the opportunity that you have to meet very interesting people. So networking and being able to socialize with fantastic individuals. So that's something also that ChatGPT raised that initially we hadn't thought of. And we can use that as a way to, as extra content to drum up interest. And then when it came to identify strategies to reach out to as many young members as possible, ChatGPT also provided a list of different universities close to where I am, Milton Keynes, a number of different co-working spaces, young professional groups. So it's like a very, very comprehensive guideline that we can use as a starting point, as a drawing board, if you like, and then take it up from there. And oh yes, for fun, well, not for fun, but we wanted to be a bit more pragmatic about it and say, okay, given that we are very busy individuals, give us the 3 most effortless strategies in order to gain some traction, right? And he gave us
Julio, you'll be able to summarize in 1 more minute. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So
yes.
I'm nearly done. So yeah, it was able to produce a very, very specific strategies on how exactly we can steps that we can follow right now in order to get some interest in the region, in the area. So some WhatsApp invitations and personal story on LinkedIn and so on and so forth. So that was our group. Thank you for listening.
Fantastic. Thank you, Julio. What I like is that you already had a big prompt ready, and then you were so detailed in your prompt that you just gave it away, and that's how it was able to do. So it looks like you know how to use ChatGPT very well in order to structure your prompts as well. So that's quite nice. Thank you, Julio. Yes. Anyone like to volunteer for the next room? Anyone? Craig, which room were you in?
Actually don't remember the number because I got moved out of the room, but I was in a meeting with Werner. Yes, yes.
Okay, would you like to
Yes.
nominate someone to
Yes,
do it,
Miss
or would you like
Verna,
to
Miss
speak?
Verna, Miss Verna should be able to speak up
Okay.
for us. Yes.
Fantastic. Well, now let's.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you so much for that, Craig. Hi, I'm Verna. As I was saying, I'm from District 47,
Mhm.
Southeast Florida, and the Bahamas. So I'm in the Bahamas. And one of the first things we appreciate that all clubs are not created equal. And so we tailor our mediums to go to where the members are. So in terms of attracting the younger members, everybody we are mentioning TikTok. But what you can use TikTok for is to, hey, showcase your word of the day. So you get to do, this is our word of the day. Be smart. Be like Toastmasters, and you let that be a regular feature. So that's your word of the day, your grammarian there. Somebody had asked about scheduling. So you can use the Facebook Meta Business Suite, link your Instagram account to Facebook, and it has the calendar. You can actually create and go in and you set those, and so they can, whatever date, time, they automatically go to your Facebook page, your Instagram page. I'm not sure if they've added the TikTok yet, but you can do that, so that can make it easier for your public relations person. When you have your meetings, you do your theme meetings. Like just recently we had Down Syndrome Day. So when you're highlighting your meetings, you're showing the young persons that the meetings are fun. They don't think that, okay, we come to Toastmasters and all we do is talk. If you're having a virtual meeting like how you're on Facebook, you put those pretty Down syndrome, you put those socks on your hands. So when you show your photos and everything, Toastmasters, you bring awareness to Down Syndrome Day. So you highlight those different things and you put them on. One thing that I also realize is Toastmasters, the focus, leadership, communication, that you scare some persons away because that's not about it. So for our young people, we want to showcase for them all of the soft skills. You highlight those. You're out of high school, you're looking, go on that job interview. We learn that in Toastmasters. So all of those soft skills that you can develop and enhance your marketability, whether it's to your workplace or in your civic organization. We do that, the interpersonal relationships. I said that we had a perspective, a hotel. We talked to them about cultural diversity, that yes, your employees can use cultural diversity, because something that might be acceptable in the UK or say in India, you say it to somebody from another culture or country, and that's offensive. So I try to highlight all of the things that persons can to benefit them. We also highlight that Toastmasters is for
Verna, you'll be
persons.
able to wrap up quick, right?
Right now. So
Yes.
Toastmasters is for persons from all walks of life, from the corporate executive to the server in the restaurant. It's not just for those professional persons. So sure that Toastmasters, it's for you, and you. So those are just some of the things we try to do to build our clubs and keep persons' interests out there. And use your members' photographs. Use the members' photographs in your as much as
Yeah.
possible in your marketing materials.
True. The best way to. That's true. Thank you so much, Verna. That was quite power packed. A lot of that was a room to be in. Quite interesting. All right. Fantastic. Moving on. As we're a bit short of time. Which is the next room? Anyone would like to? I know you don't remember your room numbers. Which room did we miss? Anyone would like to volunteer?
Sure, I
Adrian?
could do it quick.
Yes, please.
Creating a social media plan that speaks to young people like myself, right? People that sometimes are distracted, so they need something that attracts their attention. So the step one would be, we upload a link to our Toastmasters website, so ChatGPT knows what he's dealing with, who we are. ChatGPT reads it, learns our voice, and understands our mission. Then step two would be, we tell it who we want to reach. So maybe people between 18 to 30 years of age. It helps us craft content in a tone and style that connects. Short videos, engaging captions, relevant hashtags, maybe using reference to pop culture. Step three, it's fully collaborative. Maybe it didn't give us what we wanted, so then we go on and have a conversation with the bot. We just say, can you add this? Can you please take that out? And it delivers. It's like, book writers, they have editors, and we have ChatGPT 24/7 to be our editor. And that's about it from our room.
Thank you, Adrian, for that. You guys knew what exactly to do and the right questions to ask to get the results you wanted. Thank you for that. Which is a room that we missed? There's a fifth room. Mario? Yes.
Yeah, I think it's our own. Okay. In our case, so basically the members, they were not very familiar with ChatGPT. So, but one of the clubs, I cannot remember which one, he did have a really great idea, which is basically creating avatars with keywords, and they are working on that. So I was telling him I'm gonna steal his idea. And so let me share, let me share what we have done. 1 second. Can you see my desktop?
Not yet. Yes, now we can see it. Yes.
Yeah, so basically, in order to target young people, so we have to define the value proposition and basically the taglines, and also the digital and social media strategy, which is going to be TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn and Facebook, student universities partnerships, events and meetup for young people, referral programs, and basically the steps, the phases in 30, 60, and 90 days. And I was sharing with them that in our club, West London Speaker Club, so we do use TikTok, and some of the videos are good morning videos, basically. Just having a cup of coffee with West London Speaker Club.
Okay.
Something very simple.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's great. Thank you, Maria, for that.
Welcome.
So what I noticed from all the presentations presented here is that every one of you had different prompts and you guys were able to generate different ideas. Were you able to get ideas for your club? Yes? Fantastic. That's the main thing. Now I'll show you what response I gave as well. Are you able to see the screen? Yes. All right. So my prompt was pretty simple because I like to I give the bare minimum first and then I blend I change my prompts accordingly. So what I did is a club is struggling to attract members. I said to give targeted social media posts, all right, and maybe engage some engaging visuals to appeal to that demographic. So first idea was they said a carousel. Carousel is nice. So that gives a visuals this thing. Relatable memes. Did anyone get memes in their discussions? So memes are a nice way to go, like how it started versus how it's going. Someone nervously fumbling and the same person confidently addressing an audience. This could be you with this captions. So memes were one idea. I can maybe elaborate on that. Ask them, can you give me more memes? Because that kind of that kind of relatable to the younger audience. And testimonials, short videos of young members having fun, real stories, real growth, or a challenge, a 1 minute speaking challenge. Can you talk to us for 1 minute without saying or like and submit it? So challenges are a good way to keep, especially the youth, they love filming themselves. At least the youth that I know. So they love such challenges. This is one thing that we can do. Even this one, meet your future squad, have a group photo of diverse, youthful people. There was one question in one of the other workshop. They were like, what exactly do you mean by youth? And I had to say, youth can be the young or just young at heart. In my context, it's just young at heart. So there it is. And interactive stories, if you could make your post as engaging as possible, that is the best way for the algorithm to work. If the algorithm figures out that, okay, there are people commenting, there are people liking, there are people replying to questions, that is one way for your post to boost up. So anything that can have some interactive story or quiz, that would be really good. So these were some of the suggestions that I got. I went more and more with that, but that is just to give you an idea about how I did it. But I could see that some of you had very structured responses and you were able to get ideas. So as long as you get the idea right there, that's done. Now, before I conclude, one more example that I would like to give. If you are in District 91 and if you are in London, you might have heard about the Tube campaign that is going on. We have our advertisements on the London Tube. So even that was, so much of that was done using ChatGPT, especially the leads that we were getting. There is this book that I read called The Dot-Com Secrets by Russell Brunson. Does anyone know who that is? Nobody? Okay, so I keep reading audiobooks. I listen to it whenever I get the time. So this one person talked about how to get leads into, so that you get them registered as members or you get them to pay. So I knew all that knowledge, but for me, I was like, do I need to go and look back at that book again to see what exactly I need to do to get the leads that I want? Or should I just try putting it on ChatGPT and see what happens? And that is exactly what I did. I said, okay, there's this book from Russell Brunson on .com secrets. This is the campaign that I'm already working on. What can you do for it? And it gave me a detailed analysis, the emails that I need to post, the different funneling techniques that I need to do to get those members. And we had at least a 90% conversion rate, which means that we are not just spending money and just creating awareness. We are also trying to convert them into members as much as possible. And this was helpful thanks to ChatGPT. I didn't have to read that book all over again to study and find out how exactly to be done. I could do it in a few prompts. So AI is just incredible. ChatGPT and all these things are incredible. So my final thought before I go to the Q&A session is, the goal isn't to replace your creativity here, but it's rather to enhance it, making your PR work smarter, not harder. Right. With that being said, let's move on to the Q&A session. Any doubts before we conclude? Anyone? Any doubts? Anything? And yes, I'm just reading through the comments. This recording will be on the District 91 YouTube channel. So please give it a subscribe if you can. District 91 Toastmasters. The recording will be available over there, right? And every time with the AI, there will always be an enhancement. Like I kept telling, this is one workshop. This is the third time I'm doing it. And every time my content changes based on the advancements that are there. Some of the socials that I follow are overpowered AI. If you Google overpowered AI, you might get that channel. There are podcasts on the latest AI trends in the market. If you're fascinated about AI, you can go to that. Okay, thank you. Very interesting presentation. I usually have conversations about AI with my other district PRMs. One specific PRM from District 20, my previous district, she's a graphic designer and she really hates AI, which is understandable. And she would never look at AI for whatever it is. And I keep telling her about all the benefits, and she just gets even more frustrated because it's just getting advanced every time. I keep telling her, it's not here to take your job, but it's good to know what it is doing because it's good to make your life easier. We're not trying to replace you, but you will really get ideas with that. Yes. If no other doubts, then we can conclude this workshop. All right. Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks everyone for coming.